Hi everyone, welcome to a new showcase video for my latest scripts, restaurants. This is a fully modular multi-restaurant script where you can define any food business you want. By default there is 13 restaurants available, so let's take a look now. Okay, let's take a look at Up and Atom as the example here. In the office you can toggle your duty, you can change your player outfit in the clothing lockers, and then for boss related tasks such as hiring or firing people, that can be found in the office with the management menu. If you aren't high enough rank, you won't be able to access this, only bosses can, and the same applies to the stash as well. If you've set this up for the restaurant, only bosses can access the stash. Okay, going to take a look at the order kiosks now. If set up in the config for this restaurant to have an order kiosk, you can define items that are available to be able to sell at this restaurant. In this instance we're going to choose just some random items, and then once the order is confirmed, this then notifies the employees, all of the employees of that order, with the order information. You can set locations for supplies and ingredients. Supplies can be anything that you want. In this instance it's in the fridge, so it acts as like sort of meat items. Again, multi-select, so you can choose multiple items and the item amounts that you want. And the same applies to the ingredients also. Again, multi-select and choose the amount that you want. Each restaurant has configurable storage systems. The inbuilt storage systems are job locked and the collection trays are public. You can set as many locations as you wish. Okay, so we're going to take a look at preparing ingredients now. So we go over to the ingredients section. Upon opening the menu, you're greeted with categories that are set in the config. In these categories you can define items that are craftable. These are particularly things like vegetables, meals, etc, etc. To get the items, head on over to the ingredients fridge or the supplies store, wherever you have selected. Define the items that you want and the amount, and then go back on over to the ingredients station, select the items that you want to process. You're then given an input window where you can choose how much you want to process. The maximum amount you can process is the maximum amount that you have on you, to prevent exploits and abuse. You can choose between a mini game or just a progress bar. In this instance we've got both. The progress bar timer is multiplied by the amount that the player chooses to process, so bear this in mind when you're setting durations and timers for certain events. Okay, we're going to take a look at food crafting now. So food crafting works the same way that ingredient crafting does. You can define categories for items that are able to be made here. In this instance we're going to look at some fries. Again, same input window with the maximum being amount that you can craft on you. Confirming that again gives you the choice of a mini game or a progress bar. In this instance we have both. Again, the same as the ingredients, the timer is multiplied by the amount of that item that the player chooses to process. Okay, so we're going to look at making drinks now. In order to make drinks you will need the relevant cup. In this instance we're going to go for a soft drink cup. Some drinks require other ingredients as well, so you can get these from the supply store or ingredient store. In this instance we're just going to select a soft drink which requires a soft drinks cup. You're greeted with an input window, again the maximum amount being the maximum that you have on you. Confirming, then starts the progress circle or mini game. In this instance we've got the progress circle. The duration again is multiplied by the amount that the player chooses to process. Each restaurant can have a configurable CCTV option, where you can set up cameras that you can view around the restaurant to keep an eye on things. Okay, so we're going to take a look at billing now. Each restaurant can have its own billing. Upon opening the menu, you enter the server ID of the player that you wish to bill. In this instance, I'm going to do it myself. In the live production version of this, you won't be able to bill yourself. This is just for demonstration purposes. But you enter their server ID and the bill amount, and then the items sold if replyable. So let's just put burger and drink in here. Confirming it. Sends the customer the input window, which just displays the order and the price and the order details. Confirming it, then charges the player, and you are notified. Okay, we're going to take a look at the consumables now. You can define items to be consumable in the consumables section. These can replenish your thirst or your hunger. They can increase your alcohol count. They can reduce your stress levels, increase armor, and give you a little health boost. You can also set a return item, so things like an empty plastic bottle, for example, and all of the props and animations are all fully configurable. There are several configuration files for you to go through, allowing full modularity for any restaurant location, ingredients, food, and crafting system that you wish for. Okay guys, we've reached the end of the showcase video, so I'd like to thank you for sticking around. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, this script is fully modular for any location that you want. So if a location that you have in your server isn't in by default, you can easily add it, but just by defining the relevant job, target locations, props, ingredients and crafting systems, etc, etc. So yeah, thanks guys, and see you in the next one.